Hey, Amanda. Amanda, you sound like a robot. I would try to translate, but I don't think I know how to speak robot. Okay, try that again. She said she would have sketchy service, so we may. All right, try that again, girl.
All right, is that better?
Perfect.
Oh, you guys weren't enjoying the robot voice? Come on. No, hi. Yeah, my headphones sometimes do that, so glad you stopped me before I kept going. My name is Amanda Mefford. I am joining you from my car in quite literally the middle of nowhere, Iowa. I promise I'm not driving. I'm stopped. But I just wanted to jump on and say hi to everybody. If you haven't said where you're from, make sure that you throw it in the chat so that we all know where you're coming from. I am a wife and a mama of 4 incredibly rowdy, rambunctious boys. I'm also a high school teacher. So yeah, that's happening right now. It's happening. Yeah, awesome. More Iowans. I love it. I got started with Q a few months ago, actually with a fitness challenge. Ashley, who you're going to hear from tonight, who's absolutely amazing, and I love her. She reached out to see if I wanted to know about a fitness challenge, and I was interested. I fell in love with Q pretty quickly, and the more I talked to Ashley, the more I wanted to get involved, because these people, they are amazing. And every time I talked to Ashley, I left feeling better than when I started the conversation. So it was wonderful. I was in, and I was all in. I love Q, and the longer I was in, I've only been in for a couple of months, but it was only a couple of weeks in, I started having all those excuses running through my head about my town is too small. Our town is incredibly small. We have 1 stoplight in the county. That's not my town. Our town is too small. I don't have enough time. I've got boys. I had no confidence at all in the business. So I reached out and I reached up, and every time anything happened, I'd get stuck in a conversation. Anytime I felt alone in this, I reached out, and I love this team. I absolutely adore this team. So that being said, I want to introduce Jen to you. Jen is the mama of 5, so she's got me beat. She's got me beat. Not that it's a competition. She wins. I'm okay with 4. Yeah, Jen's a mama of 5 from Montana, and she has made 6 figures in this industry. She has built her business 2 times. 2 times. So she has a proven track record. What she does works. It works. And she's awesome to work with. Absolutely amazing. So with that, Jen.
Thank you, Amanda. And I will have to come visit Iowa. I have never been to that state. How sad is that? So it sounds like you have a booming place for me to come visit. So thank you guys. I'm so excited to be with you guys today. Amanda is such a joy to work with, and I'll be honest, well, I'll tell you a little bit about my story, but there are some things I absolutely love about this industry, and Amanda is a like perfect example of why I'm here. So like she said, I'm joining you from Missoula, Montana, if you did not catch that. If you're like me, I didn't know where Montana was on the map. So thank you, Las Vegas School District, for that, where I was raised. It wasn't until my husband moved me up here where I was like, oh, I'm in the northwestern side of the country. I also didn't know that there was going to be more elk than people here. So go figure. But I've been here 25 years, and yes, very, very cold winters. So we had five kids, because what else do you do in the winter? And those kids are now teenagers, which is crazy for me to even say. Well, I shouldn't push it. My daughter is 11. She's not a teenager yet. She's the baby. But I just took my oldest off to MSU. If you guys don't know, Montana State. I am the mom of a college student, which is really scary, but I'm very proud of him as well. And then I have a senior this year, and then a 14-year-old, a 13-year-old, and then my daughter. we live in Montana for a reason. We live here. If anybody else likes to be outdoors, I would love to see your hand. And I love video. If you guys can turn your video on, I love interaction. I hate cold presentations. But if you guys like the outdoors, okay, so you're kind of, I'm sure you're like me where you've realized it really does something for you to get out in the outdoors, moving your body out in nature. So we live here for that. We live here for the fly fishing. No, not we. My husband lives here for the fly fishing. We love to hike. We love to camp. We love to ski and snowboard and on the rivers and stuff. But the economy here is not good. Typically, people have 2 or 3 jobs just to kind of make ends meet. And thank you if you're from California. You're really helping our real estate prices as well. So thank you. No, I'm just kidding. Well, not really, but so anyway, it's difficult to raise your kids here and live here. So I learned early after my husband graduated pharmacy school 20 years ago. I'm kind of showing my age, his age. We learned right away that I always had this dream of like, oh, you be the main breadwinner and I'll be the stay-at-home mom, because my mom didn't stay home. So we tend to always go to do the opposite of how we were raised, right? So I'm like, I'm going to be that stay-at-home mom. I think that lasted like 3 weeks. And then I was like, oh, that's not going to work. I need my own thing. So I love being able to stay at home and make a good income. And fast forward, I got into this industry about 10 years ago, 2011, something like that, and 9 years ago. And I realized quickly that I could stay here in Montana and raise my kids. And I could make money and I could make more than my husband. How fun is that? And really get to know people like Amanda. So I could have become a pharmaceutical rep, right? But I didn't, because I wouldn't be able to work with Amanda. I wouldn't be able to have, actually, let me show you. Well, I won't show you guys. I have a picture of a 4-wheeler up on my wall. And the reason I have that picture, I will show you guys real quick. And then I promise we'll keep it moving. There is the 4-wheeler that I have up on my wall. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. That is a 4-wheeler because Amanda, when she gets to a certain rank in her business, she's going to get her boys a 4-wheeler. So to me, that is so much more fun than going and visiting doctors and trying to sell them certain pharmaceutical drugs. So that's why I'm here. I absolutely love the people here, and it's just such a blast. So I'm going to share some things with you guys tonight. You were invited here for a couple of reasons, and I'll let you feast your eyes on my husband here. Sorry, I see we have, sorry, Dr. Seth. We have some guys on here, but I'll let you guys kind of look at what is important to me while I tell you. You probably were invited here because someone really cares about you. And we're not here to convince anybody to purchase products. We're not here to convince anybody to be business partners with us. Like, that's not fun for us. We're simply here to make sure that you know that this even exists. Because even if it's not for you, the chances are that you know somebody that this could work for are very, very high, especially after you hear what I have to say. So like I already explained to you what we love to do, and there it is in picture form. So Q Sciences was actually founded in 2012. And what I love about it is that we actually reformatted everything. We were hitting a plateau because most of our products were being sold out of doctors' offices and just a very small distribution center. And then in February of 2018, they really expanded all of that and expanded the footprint. So people like Amanda and people like me and people like a couple of the girls you're going to hear about from later. So we could have our own e-commerce business. We could have our own, marketing from where we live and to continue to raise our kids. And that just exploded the business. In fact, in the last 2 years, we have grown by 700%. Pretty amazing. And we're in multiple countries. I think we're up to 16 or 17 countries right now, which is exciting because, like I said, the economy isn't great here, but I can tap into other economies and I can tap into a global economy. If you're a business owner, please listen. We want you here because you understand business. You understand the cycles of business. It has ebbs and flows, right? So if you have your e-commerce businesses spread out internationally, then when one market is down, then another market is up. You understand that already. So it's kind of exciting to see that you can actually get a stable, consistent, predictable income when you have your e-commerce businesses spread out throughout the world. This is our founder and CEO, Mr. Mark Wilson. He's a successful real estate developer. Really fun fact about this gentleman, which if you met him in person, you would never suspect this, but he's a two-time Super Bowl champion quarterback. Now, if you know anything about football, my boys have all played football. The quarterback is pretty tough. I mean, granted, you know, running back gets beat up quite a bit, right? But the quarterback tends to lead the team. They have phenomenal leadership skills. So based on the leadership skills of the quarterback really affects the success of the team. And that's really where he gained his first leadership skills. And he's a brilliant entrepreneur. But what I love best about Mark Wilson is that his family is everything. His grandchildren, he just has a very gentle, humble soul. In fact, all I can think about when I see his picture is him and my husband sitting on this stone wall in Costa Rica, just chit-chatting. My husband played baseball in high school and college, chit-chatting about sports. Talking about fly fishing, just kicking their legs on this stone wall. And that's, to me, it's very rare to find a CEO of a company that is that humble to just go hang out with, you know, someone in the field, their husband. And it's a huge thing for us to know that we're building in a safe place, you know. So it's exciting. This is Mr. Jake Spencer. He is also, he's not the senior vice president anymore. He actually now owns part of Q with Mr. Mark Wilson, and he is our president. He's a global growth strategist. He actually built in the field for 14 years. And now he's taken all of that experience over to the corporate side to really help us, you know, all the changes that he makes and all the different things that he implements. He's really coming from that perspective of the field, which is huge for us. And he also gives us a say. Now, what I didn't tell you is that I had an accounting business for 10 years, and I also had a leadership development company. I loved coming into companies and I loved firing people. It was so fun. No, I loved hiring people too. I'm huge on leadership. I'm huge on environment of a company. It really affects your sales. And he did that as well. And so I love that he gives all of the employees at Q a track to grow on, a track to get to. I can respect that as another leadership consultant because it's huge that he pays his employees really well, and he looks at their strengths and he puts them in positions to grow. Love that. Again, we are a business. We're not just like, we're not an MLM, you know, like that little network marketing thing. We are a legitimate business where we really follow people that follow business practices that are full of integrity and things like that. Funny story about Mr. Jake Spencer. It's very unique to be able to be personally mentored by the owner of the company. And that's really what I get the privilege of having. He's not happy with me right now, and I'll admit that, because I took his wife for a swim in a lake in Utah without life vest, and we swam the entire distance of the lake. It really frustrated him. He was scared that I was going to drown his wife. No, but it's fun to just build in with a company where you have that relationship and you have, it's just a very unique opportunity to have that mentorship, that personal mentorship. So this is Dr. Stephen Kimberly. And if any of you will actually let me know by raise of hands, if any of you have ever Googled your symptoms or gone to WebMD. Yeah, we all have, right? You Google something like, oh, my right pinky toe is numb, and you find out you have a brain tumor, right? That's typically how it works. But no, Dr. Kimberly actually changed the face of medical diagnosis with WebMD. He was the senior editor for 12 years. That's pretty phenomenal. So he actually left that post to become our chief science officer. He's a board certified specialist in internal medicine. He's been formulating herbal blends for over 35 years. And when Mr. Mark Wilson approached him, he said, you really want to change people's lives? Get into supplementation. And what I love about his philosophy is that science never stands still. It always keeps moving. Point example of that is our hemp. So I'll tell you a little bit about hemp in just a minute, but the hemp, like the cannabinoids, or cannabis, I should say, was grouped with cocaine as a controlled substance with the government and outlawed in the 60s. You guys, it wasn't until the 90s that they discovered the receptors, the CB1 receptor and the CB2 receptor, that actually shows that our body responds to the cannabis plant. So here you have exactly what Dr. Kimberly's talking about. Science doesn't stand still. We're still discovering things about how we were created. And so if your supplementation is not keeping up with that, then you're just paying for expensive pee. I mean, hate to say it that bluntly, but that's really what you're doing. So, this is our full suite of products. And one of the things that drew my husband and I to this company, we actually, I'll just say never, right? Never say you'll never get involved with a certain type of business, whether it's network marketing or the supplements or wellness, because that's what we used to say. But when he saw the science, when my husband saw the science that was backing these products, he was absolutely blown away, because most supplements aren't subject to FDA. But we have a product, it's called Q Max, and it has over 30 scientific clinical trials on it. You guys, it's been more studied than a lot of prescription drugs. It's the most highly researched supplement on the market. It was originally formulated for bipolar, and some of the studies, ask the person that invited you on to take a look at the study. Some of the studies are phenomenal with Asperger's, autism, rage, it's all in the studies. But that's really what prompted the formulation of this product. And we bought the rights to it. It's been around for 20 years. So it's not like this new experimental formula, but Dr. Kimberly keeps it updated. Okay. It now has methylated B vitamins in it. Over 60% of the population has the MTHFR gene, or the mother effer gene. That's what I call it. And they cannot absorb non-methylated B vitamins. And so we have our formulas are updated with methylated B vitamins. So it's just, that makes a huge difference in your absorption. Also, chelation makes a huge difference in your absorption. Are the minerals chelated? Are they blended? I mean, all of that has tons to do with it getting into the cellular level and actually making a difference. So when's the last time you used a supplement, a multivitamin or something like that, where you actually felt a difference within 3 weeks? Where you really went, oh my gosh, I feel better. Like, I don't have brain fog anymore. I actually am sleeping better. My mood is elevated. It's stable. And your spouse says, yes, hallelujah. Keep taking it, honey. That's what we're here for. We're here to help those relationships, right? So here is Q Max right there that I was just talking about. This is our most popular package right here. It includes our anti-inflammatory, which we all know inflammation is the #1 cause for disease. It also includes our probiotic, which has prebiotics and probiotics. Won't go into gut health tonight. Y'all should know how important that is. And then it also includes, you can get it with the sleep spray or with our hemp oil. Let me go back real quick though. That top section is our hemp line. Now, this is a full spectrum hemp oil. We have topical creams that are infused with it. And then we also have intense roll-ons that you can roll on your temples, things like that. And then of course the ingestible oils. The bottom is our nutraceuticals, anywhere from that Q Max vitamin that I told you about, which every single human being needs to be on that, and child and teenager. Yes, teenagers definitely need to be on it. And then we also have our equivalent shakes, which is meal replacement shakes. We have a metabolism boost pill. We just have something for everyone. And then we also have our oral sprays. So I'm going to talk about our sprays really quick, not in depth, but I want to share it with you because that's why I'm here. I was actually introduced to this company because someone mailed me this bottle right here. See how tiny it is? Just a little tiny bottle, super cute. And she sent this to me and said, hey, I just want you to try this. And I'll be completely honest. My first thought was, I need synthetic drugs to knock me out at night, not a cute little natural spray. That's really cute. Because I was in a season of my life that I was not sleeping, and I just finally gave in and got on a prescription to help me sleep at night. But then when that season was over, I could not get off of that prescription, and it was making me robotic during the day, not happy about anything, not sad about anything, just kind of flatline. And that is not how I like to live my life. So I tried this cute spray, and 4 days later, I was sleeping through the night. I kid you not. I chucked my prescription. That was 2.5 years ago, actually more than 2.5 years ago. And it has literally brought back who I know I am just by this spray. So if you have trouble swallowing capsules, if you have trouble sleeping, if you have trouble with sugar cravings, we have a spray for you. vitamin B12, vitamin C plus zinc, vitamin D3, which in Montana, we're going to be heading into a tough winter for people because of COVID, especially. Typically it is tough for people, but I think it's going to be even more tough. So it's so vital that people are staying up on their vitamins and minerals. Okay, so we're really looking at a few things that are happening all at once. We're looking at people living more open to living a holistic lifestyle than ever before. If I were to ask you personally, are you a little bit more educated and open to trying natural options than you were 10 years ago? Yeah. If you think about it, we all, like 10 years ago, were like, oh, hemp. Oh gosh, that's marijuana. I would never do that. Ooh, right? Or we're like, oh my gosh, that girl, she's like, goes to a nature path. She doesn't go to a real doctor. Like, you know, that some of us were like that. And now fast forward 10 years, like that is the thing. Like, oh, you go to a regular doctor, good luck. And I don't mean to put that down, but we're just learning more and more and more about being proactive about our health and being preventative about our health, as opposed to waiting and answering the call of disease, the call of sickness. Like, we're learning now to invest in our health before, so that we can enjoy our life. You're going to pay for it either way. You either pay for it now with supplementation and a healthy, active lifestyle, or you pay for it on the other end with disease and sickness. It's just reality. So people are more open to living holistically than ever before. They also, because of COVID and even before COVID, they're not going anywhere to buy their supplements or anything really. We're purchasing all of our stuff online. Now you have an opportunity to have an e-commerce business. Okay, so you're meeting that need. And then the hemp industry, it's expected to grow to 22 billion in the next 2 years. I want a piece of that. I mean, doesn't take a big piece to really give to my family, right? So we have that entire like perfect storm happening, which makes it for a phenomenal opportunity. Not to mention the fourth thing that is very recent, and that is the fact that one of the highest Googled research terms is how to work from home. How many people do you know that now work from home that never did before? Right? How many people do you know that have actually been furloughed? I mean, it's changing. Companies are realizing, wow, I was overpaying for that rental property, the professional property managers to have my offices there and all these people there. I had to have the receptionist to handle all the employees here, but now they're all at home. I don't have to pay rent anymore. I don't have to pay the electricity anymore. I don't have to pay for the receptionist anymore. It's changing, you guys. And if you don't think that this is permanently changing, you're living under a rock. So how are you going to adapt? How are you going to pivot so that your family can come out of this stronger and better than going into it? So social selling is really where it's at. It's based on trust. And then we give you all the tools that you need to build your business. So our ambassador program is pretty phenomenal. You have the opportunity to earn your products for free. So let's think like business owners. And if you're here to listen to about the products, you just listen and file these things away, right? Right now I want to talk to the people that are thinking, wow, I could use some extra in our emergency savings, right? I could use some extra to get out of debt, or I do want to redo our backyard, whatever it is. If you have a child going into college, you need more money. Just going to say that. You're going to need more money. So free products. You also earn reward points that you can turn in for free products. You also have the lowest price possible for the products, and you have an entire support system at your fingertips. Now, the cool thing is that when you bring on customers that want to purchase the products from you, they too can just pay a $10 annual fee and they get the same price as you. And they too can earn reward points that they can turn in for free product. It's pretty amazing, right? So that means that you're going to have this volume that keeps coming back month after month after month. What does that mean as a business owner? If I opened up a bagel shop and I had the same customers that never wanted to stop coming in month after month, what does that mean for me? That's long-term income. That's a sustainable income. When you have a consumable product and you're meeting the need that people want, and they're incentivized by staying loyal to you. I mean, it's a game changer, you guys. So it's $39.95 for our ambassador program. With that includes this phenomenal website already done for you, already programmed everything in there to keep track of. I mean, when I had my accounting business, I had to create all the spreadsheets with the formulas. I had to go knock on door to door and pray for referrals, right? This is so different. This is like business in a box. Everything is built for you. All you have to do is follow the system. We've already created the system. It's a proven system. You just have to do the work. And that's the catch. So many people want the freedom I just talked about at the beginning of this. They want to make money. They want to have the time freedom with their kids. They want to live in certain areas of the country, but they're not willing to work. So you just have to ask yourself, what do you want and how are you going to get there? Because we're offering you a vehicle to get there and a support system to help you go there. One of the most beautiful things about our business is number 4. So if you've been in sales before, this is very similar to some of the businesses that I've set in my leadership consulting. Like I worked for a company that they sold hot tubs. So we always gave hot tub, we call them spiffs. And so the sales floor, when they sold a certain amount of hot tubs, they earned a bonus, right? Same thing here. You sell a certain amount of product and you get a commission for it. The more product you sell, the higher percentage on that volume of commission you make. Pretty simple. And then you're building other e-commerce businesses. So if you just had a customer base, you'd be an e-commerce business. But if you brought on other people that wanted to do the business with you, now you have multiple e-commerce businesses, multiple distribution centers. And then when those distribution centers hit a certain volume, then you're going to hit a promotional rank bonus, a one-time bonus. But the 4th is the best. You will not see us talking about our lifestyle in the sense of like fancy cars and all that stuff. We don't do car bonuses. I mean, heck, most of us are just happy to make that extra money to go to Costco, right? But we do a debt bonus here, where when you get to the 4th rank in the company, they actually take a chunk of money and you tell them where to send it. Any certified debt of your choice, school loan, car loan, mortgage, creditor, collector, whatever, you name it. And they will send that money month after month after month to that debtor of your choice. If you don't want them sending it to a debt, they'll send it to an investment account of your choice. So for us, we actually do have debt, but we want that bonus sent into our IRA because we're old. Dang it, we need to build up our retirement. Okay, so we have them send my bonus is $400 a month. I've been getting it for 22 months now. And you can imagine 22 months by 400. That's what I have so far with nothing contributed by me in an extra account added onto our other retirement. That's pretty phenomenal. That means a lot. So that's very different. You won't see that. Also, what comes with this is everybody that signs on gets a free financial coach. Their purpose is to help you get your financial house in order, to make more money through Q, and to start a savings plan. We have a 6-figure club in this business. It's not 6 figures like you think. It's, have you gotten to 6 figures in your savings account? What would that mean for you? Okay, forget 6 figures. What would it mean for you to have 50,000 in your emergency savings? Would you sleep better at night? Would you maybe have less intense fellowship, is what I call it, with your spouse? Yeah, they say an extra $500 a month would prevent over 50% of the divorces. So the future is really in your hands. And now I want you guys to hear from a couple of very special women that I've partnered with. And first, I'm going to bring on Miss Rochelle Enters, and she is joining you guys from Anchorage, Alaska. So I'm actually going to stop the share here so that you can see here. Let's see if she's still on. I'm here. Yay, she's here. She has very spotty service and a potential baby that's going to wake up. So Rochelle is a mom of 3. And she just partnered with us about, gosh, when was it? 3 weeks ago, maybe? And she's got a beautiful story. She's about to hit the 3rd rank in the company, which is pretty phenomenal. Because let me tell you, this girl lives in an area with literally no service. So that's why she can't turn her video on. But Rochelle, do you have service right now to be able to share us your story?
Yeah, I can talk. I just can't turn the video on. It keeps kicking me off.
No worries. No worries.
All right. So I started with Q. It's been 1 month now. And I actually was first introduced to this industry way back when I was 19. I say way back when, but it was 10 years ago. And I had no idea what this type of industry could offer for our family. And I just didn't. It was kind of like in one ear out the other at that age. Fast forward to having my second child, I suffered some really bad postpartum depression, and I was just on the search for something natural to help me beat it. I was just Googling and looking and reading testimonies and just trying to figure out a way to not feel like a zombie, but also show up and be the mom that I needed to be every day. And so once I tried hemp oil, I was like, oh my gosh, I just could not stop talking about it. I knew that everybody needed to know about this, especially as a mom. We struggle with anxiety, depression, just being overwhelmed, those crazy days. And so that's when I jumped into this industry, and I thought that leadership didn't matter. As I face palm right now. I was really stubborn, and I said, I can just do this on my own and I'll just figure it out. And so fast forward to meeting Jennifer, I have just had so much help getting into this industry and not feeling alone and having the direction to where I want to go and be for my family as a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. I just wanted something to direct my energy towards, but also have my own income for myself and not be penny pinching. You guys, my husband is in construction, so that's why I'm somewhere very remote in Alaska right now with very limited service. So we just follow him around in the summertime, and he makes good money, but it's nice to be able to have my own and not be penny pinching. And eventually I would like to make it to where he's not working 16 to 17 hours a day. So to have that leadership and guide you through every single step and be there for you when you feel like giving up, because this is, like Jennifer has always said, it's not an easy thing, but if you follow the system and you stay plugged in and you have somebody in your corner to help you, it's been, oh my gosh, it's been crazy. So being able to double rank within the first week and almost hit the 3rd rank within a month, like I was never able to do that in companies before, because it was like, oh, hey, here you're signing on and good luck. So it's very different here. And I've just been enjoying the ride and just being a sponge and learning from everybody around me.
Oh, Rochelle, thank you so much. I love that. And you truly are such a joy to work with. You guys, every time we Zoom, she's got her little baby Brody nursing. And then her little daughter's running around, and she packs them all up to go find Wi-Fi. I kid you not. So we meet in the evenings, we meet in the mornings, and she packs everybody up and she goes and tries to find Wi-Fi. So, so proud of you. And I'm just going to give you an early congratulations. Congratulations on hitting executive, because it's any minute now. And I'm so proud of you, girl. All right. And now I want to introduce you guys to Miss Ashley Strickland. She is a military wife. Actually, her husband just newly retired from the military. She's got 2 little, she calls them dragons, but that's her term for boys. And, she's a phenomenal leader in this industry, and I've learned so much from her, but I have no doubt you'll love her story. So Miss Ashley Strickland, welcome.
Well, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Perfect. So I am coming to you guys from Surf City, North Carolina. So I am not in Alaska. I am at beach. And so I still want to call myself a military spouse, because I kind of still feel that way. My husband's actually in the police academy now, and he medically retired July the 25th. We lived in Minnesota. We lived in Tennessee. Like Jen said, I do have 2 little boys. I was introduced to this industry when my second was 3 months old. And it's a very similar story to Jen and to Rochelle. I was staying at home with my children, and to be honest, that was never my dream. I found myself waking up every day to Groundhog Day. And I also found myself sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck on a military income. And I made my very first $40 paycheck in this industry, and it lit such a fire underneath my butt of what it could be. And 6 years later, I'm still head over heels in love with what this provides for our family, because it does allow me to first be mom. It allows me to follow my husband's career around, but still have a career of my own. It allows me to go out and buy him a birthday present or Christmas presents with money that I have made. And even though we have a phenomenal marriage and what's his is mine and what's mine is his, it still does something really good for my heart to know that that I'm not necessarily taking his hard-earned money to buy him something, or it just feels good, right? To just kind of have something of your own. I also have Crohn's disease, and I have had 6 life-changing surgeries. I have a permanent ileostomy bag. I just received that May the 5th. I had another surgery after that. And to be able to lay in a hospital bed and watch your paycheck double is a gift. And I really cannot stress this enough, because we absolutely never know. When I started this industry, I didn't know I had Crohn's disease. I was in this industry for 18 months, living my best life, what I thought was, and got deathly sick. And had I not had that opportunity presented to me, it would have been a really, really hard, not that it wasn't hard enough, it would have been a very, very hard time for my family. So I partnered with Q in January, New Year's Eve. Jen has always mentored me from afar. We've never worked together, although we always wanted to. She was always the leadership that I really never had, that I always needed. And whenever we sound like a broken record and we talk about this system and we talk about the people, it's because we've been in this for long enough to know that that is really what matters. And if you want to have success in this industry, those are the 2 most important things: the people that are surrounding you and the system that is duplicatable. You do have to plug in it, like Rochelle said, but if you do, you can find success. And that financial freedom movement that Jen mentioned to you guys was really what sold me on this company. We never had a financial coach. We did not have money in savings. And I am so thankful that in between, while my husband is now and no longer receiving that income, we're waiting for his disability to kick in and stuff. We had 15 grand in a savings account that we've been able to pull from, that we did not have to worry about where that money was coming from. Y'all, that is a gift, right? That's a gift for us. And I am doing everybody a disservice if I don't share that with people. So the financial coach, the financial freedom movement has been incredible for us. And I'm going to show you guys both of these because they're just sitting here on my desk because I don't live without them. This is the QMax that Jen mentioned to you guys that have all those medical journals written about it. This is mine and this is my kids. So we have a powder form and my kids love it. It has changed everything for me from being someone that's chronically sick. There's tons of highs and lows that come with that. I was having lots of mood swings. I was having lots of low moments, depression. And honestly, within 2 weeks, I started to feel like myself again. Again, I'm going to say it. It's a gift. It was a gift for me. It was a gift for my husband. It was a gift for my children. And I will not go without QMax. I have it stocked. This bottle's not even been opened yet because it's phenomenal. So I'm incredibly grateful for this opportunity. I'm so grateful for Jen. And it was just a pleasure to be able to hop on and kind of share a little of my story with you guys tonight.
Oh, Ashley, thank you so much. I love your story. And I get so excited about that emergency savings account because you guys, that's just huge to help someone go from nothing in your savings to having 15,000. That's just, and I know her credit score was rose. So that's exciting, super exciting. Well, you guys, thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us. We're really glad that you had a chance to hear about Q. That was our job, is to just really take you from not knowing about it to knowing about it. But now you need to take the steps. You need to decide, is this something that I want to look into? What is it going to look like for me the first week? What is it going to look like for me because I work full time, or because I have 20 kids, or gosh, if you have 20 kids, I'm going to Zoom with you regardless. I need to pick your brain. But really, in your own personal situation, I would love to do a follow-up Zoom with you and really just show you. It doesn't hurt to just find out, what is it actually going to look like that first week? How can I incorporate this into my life? So I just want to welcome you as you join us as a business partner or as a preferred customer. And again, just make sure you ask the person that invited you on to just have a follow-up Zoom so we can map that out for you. Thank you guys so much for coming on tonight. And thank you, Ashley and Amanda and Rochelle, for sharing your story with us too. All right, bye-bye.